Well, hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, CJ.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you're definitely live. We got you on live.
Okay.
Well, I
Uh,
hope everyone is having a wonderful weekday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Today is Thursday. And we got all kind of stuff going on this week. Of course, we had a crazy Father's Day weekend that was going on with Kamora Lee Simmons, and it's just been a hot mess all weekend with that. And then we have, of course, my prayers go out to the family of the people that passed away in the Ocean Gate submarine. So we definitely want to talk about that. And also today we're going to talk about something that no one is really talking about. It's 30 kids that have been missing for the past 2 weeks over in Cleveland. And of course, it's scattered throughout the city, but something's going on out there in Cleveland. The sheriff is saying up there, this has never happened before, to where we had basically 2 weeks of 30 kids coming up missing. That's crazy. We don't normally have that kind of thing that happens. So we're going to talk about that today. So give me a second and we're going to get ready to start. Let's talk about it, Steph. And I hope you guys enjoy the ride. So we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Steph. So, you guys ready to talk about our hot topics tonight? I hope so. So, let's get started. Hi there, Calvin. Hi, Elaine. Well, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We're going to go ahead and get started. Prayers and condolence go to the family that have lost 5 members. Ocean Gate came on earlier today around about 3 o'clock and did a press conference about they found something in the water, and they're saying that everyone that was in that submarine had perished. So prayers go out to them, and I hope they find the bodies. But it's just I just don't understand why the owner would want to wind up going into the water, and it hasn't even been, that submarine wasn't even tested. So that's crazy. You pay $250,000 for your own funeral. That is bad. That is really bad. So hopefully they'll be able to recover the bodies. Anybody got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to recover the bodies. I'm pretty sure that they probably, you know, the sea crushes your body if you go down so far, right? Just think about you're in an 8 foot pool or something like that, and you feel that pressure on your body. Quite honestly, they probably passed away within the first 8 hours that they were missing or whatnot. Because on one of the videos, one of the workers said that there was a leak in the top of the submersible. So pretty sure that pretty sure that they passed within that first day, and everything else was just formality.
Yeah. The way how it sounds like time they hit the water, the submarine was falling apart.
Yeah, it was made with stuff from Dick's Sporting Goods and other places. Not saying that Dick's Sporting Goods isn't a good store, but not for something going down 12,000 feet into the ocean. So unfortunately, they're now part of the Titanic.
Yeah, well, they wanted to go visit the Titanic, and I think that was a bad name for them to call that submarine the Titanic. They might want to quit that.
Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unfortunately, they are allegedly presumed deceased. So prayers go out to the family. But I just want to really talk about that. They on the news, they were really discussing about basically they bootlegged a submarine. And how do you drive a submarine with a PS3 controller?
Logitech. It was a Logitech controller, a knockoff Logitech controller. And I have one that is a mouse, and that thing goes out every other month. And I just bought a new set. I would never depend on that.
Mm.
Yeah.
You would think a billionaire would be able to afford a nice submarine.
Yeah, and I heard that his 19-year-old son didn't want to go. However, he went because it was Father's Day and his father pressured him. That's what his sister said.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always sad to see a parent go out with their child like the Kobe Bryant.
Mhm. That child didn't get a chance to live their life.
Definitely. Well, hello, Zara. Guess she'll be popping on in a second. Yeah, that's really sad. I love my kids, but I don't want them to go the same time I go. Somebody got to be able to tell the story.
One of the billionaires that was on there, he was a adventure junkie. I think he's been in the world's Guinness book maybe 4 or 5 times, and I think he wanted to. I think this trip was for something else for him to get in that book. So he was an adventure junkie. He knew what he was getting himself into.
Yeah. But I don't even think the family will be able to even sue because they all signed waivers saying that hey, they know what could possibly happen. But I'm like, you're a billionaire. What were you thinking about getting on this submarine that was basically bootleg, duct tape? You find stuff from Ace Hardware store and you put it together. I don't get it. I don't get it. My heart goes out to that's crazy.
Boredom. Boredom. When you're that rich, you get bored. You've done everything.
I guess so. I want to be rich, but I don't want to be rich and stupid. Sorry, y'all. I have to say it because we all saying the same thing. That was stupid. Sometimes rich people do stupid things. And the crazy thing is that the guy that used to work for that company told them, "Hey, that ain't gonna work," and they did it anyway. They, of course, they paid him out the hush money, but look what happened. Everything he told them that was going to happen, it happened. So I don't know what's going to happen with that as far as if they will be able to sue them for negligence, but something needs to happen. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Probably,
It needs to
probably
be
not.
tried.
I mean, they signed that waiver on. Someone was saying another man said that he went last year, so this is not their first time going. They've gone several times, and I think they only go like 5 times out of the year. But a gentleman said that he went last year, and on the first page it had 3 times death. So that was just on the first page. So I don't think they'll be able to sue or anything because they signed the waiver. But then at the same time, I mean, the CEO died as well. So who are they really going to sue?
Mm.
That's true.
And,
Most
and
likely.
sue for what? You're billion. Your family's now billionaires. So who are you going to sue? And why would you sue at this point? That was their choice. Now, I don't know if you saw that the stepson, what he was posting online. Did you see that?
Yeah, he went to
Oh,
a concert.
wait, that was just crazy. He was posting that he went to a concert and Carly B just read him filthy.
Yeah, he went to a concert, the Blink 182 concert. He was writing online. One of OnlyFans girl was saying something about can she come over or can I sit on you? It was something weird, and he was like, "Yes, please." And then it was something else that he said he's looking for a girlfriend. All of this in the time span that his stepfather is missing. Now, of course, We don't know their relationship. you know, he said his family would have wanted him to go, but I thought that was really strange.
Yeah, but you know what? You think about it. He also said he only had like $100 or $100 in his pocket is all he had. So you got a billionaire stepfather, and you just only have $100 in your pocket. That's all you got. I don't think they had a good relationship. But
Possibly not. Yeah.
well, I know one thing. I hope their insurance company pay out because when you do silly things like that, sometimes those insurance don't pay out. But he was a billionaire, so he didn't have anything to worry about. He was all good.
Yeah. They're probably just more so mourning his life instead of, in the young man's life instead of looking for actual cash or any money.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, wow. I'm still floored about the tools that they were using, and then you look inside. They showed the picture of how it looked inside, and I'm like, you almost like a sardine in a can. Ba-
Definitely sardine in a can. One of the radars that they put down there to look for them and whatnot, it heard some weird sounds down there that they recorded. So, I mean, there's no telling what's really down there. We're not supposed to be going that far.
Yeah, that's true. And here it is. It was Father's Day and Juneteenth, and I'm like, I don't think I would be going somewhere on Juneteenth when a bunch of people done died in the water.
Well, most of those people that died were poor people, and that's their resting site. So, I mean, the Titanic got them now.
Yeah,
You
that's
disturbing their
sad.
resting site, 111 years old, and so many different documentaries and pictures and stuff, about the Titanic that they could have just looked at that, and then it was only one little small window that was inside of that submersible. So it's just really strange that they wanted to go there. I don't
Yeah,
know. I find it strange.
yeah, that whole ordeal was just I don't get it either. I'm with you on that. I don't get it. Calvin, what you got to say about that?
Damn.
Exactly, exactly. That's that kid. I like I keep thinking about that the 19-year-old. Like, how in the world you get in there with your dad not wanting to go, and this happens?
Yeah. Well, if they, did if the pressure took them, they didn't feel much pain. Um, it happens so fast or whatever, you pretty much just explode. I mean, for lack of a better word, you just explode. So they'll never be able to recover their bodies. They may be able to recover a finger or something, but they'll never be able to recover their bodies more than likely.
Yeah. Is it bad? But I was sitting up there like, why didn't there was no fish around there from what they were showing? I'm like, of course, I'm thinking fish, sharks, something probably ate them. I hope not. But I was
Sharks
just
even can't go that deep.
wow.
Yeah,
So they would that is just crazy.
it's only certain, and I watch I watch a lot of Discovery Channel. I love the ocean, um, which is hence all my vacations are to some beach or something. But yeah, there's only certain types of species of fish that live that far down. I mean, it's things that would look like little aliens to us. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, ones that glow in the dark or have little um flashlights on their head, and I mean, they really look like little aliens to us, the fish that live down there. So yeah, I mean, or maybe a big octopus wrapped itself around and squeeze them to death. I've seen that on Discovery Channel too. So,
Yeah, it probably look like a tic tac going down there, and you know, just
yeah,
never know.
there's some huge things down there, things that we are not
Hmm.
supposed to see.
It sounds like they ignored a lot of red flags and they still went.
Oh, definitely ignored a lot of red flags. Absolutely. Like I said, right before they left or whatnot, and it was a woman worker that worked for Ocean Gate. She said that it was a leak in one of the valves at the top. So, but that CEO, can't think of his name or whatever. He was a narcissist, complete narcissist.
Oh, he must have
Yeah,
told him to put some duct tape on it or something.
he
Pro-
probably did.
oh, and Zaria, I'm looking at the chat. Yes, it is true that it was controlled. It wasn't by a PS5 controller. It was actually a Logitech one. So think about like your mouse that you use for work or something like that. There's just absolutely no way. There's just and let's be clear, government ones utilize, those as well, but not a Logitech one. They have their own controllers that they have specially made. I mean, it literally could have been something as simple as the battery went dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he had like 13 backups. So obviously those backups did not work, especially if there was a leak when the valves wasn't sealed. They didn't have a chance whether the remote control was working or not. They did not have a chance. And I'm like, why didn't you have a plan B?
Mm, the plan B was to not go down there.
Well, yeah, that was plan A.
Yeah, that was the name. Plan B is death. So,
Yeah, that's all in all, that was just crazy. Like I said, all jokes aside, you know, I feel for the family, especially a 19-year-old, because he did not have to lose his life like that. That was just uncalled for. The whole thing was just uncalled for. You're so in a hurry to do something and then you don't do it safe and you wind up losing your life. That's just crazy. That child is probably in heaven now looking at his dad sideways.
Mm.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
but I mean, I can't even imagine pressuring my kid to go somewhere with me, and I know that it's not safe. I'm gonna most likely tell him, okay, I'm gonna go just in case something happened. At least you can go tell the story, but you're gonna pressure your kid to go. Yeah, it was a
Zara
great,
said unknown suicide.
yes,
good, yeah.
unknown suicide.
That's what it looks like to me. You just never know about people and what they do to try to hurt other individuals.
We don't know all this guy was into. He's a billionaire. I'm pretty sure he has hands and everything. Maybe he could be in hiding. I don't know, fake your death type thing.
Oh, I definitely thought about that too.
You
I
know,
did too. He owed
Probably.
some
Elon Musk
money.
is sending people over to Mars. Maybe he wants to go.
He already went. Not to Mars. He already went to space. That was one of the things that he did.
Yeah, yeah.
He
This
should
guy,
ask Jeff
super
Bezos if
risk
he
taker.
want to go.
He did go to space. He went to
Yeah,
space too.
yeah, super risk taker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he flexed all that peak money. Yeah.
he did a lot of flex, but yeah, we're gonna move on to the next subject. Y'all ready?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm ready.
All right, prayers go out to the family though, because that's just I'm sorry for your loss. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
unfortunate.
And Ocean Gate, do better.
Ocean Gate is dead on arrival now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they stock just dropped. It
Wait,
just
wait,
dropped.
wait. Their name was called Ocean Gate.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then the
A lot of the main conspiracies have the
gate,
word gate in them. Yeah, like Pizza Gate and stuff like that, and Watergate.
Watergate, all of the gates. Yeah,
You
and then the
know,
name of the submersible was called the Titan.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think they should have kind of like left that
You think
alone.
you think they were forced on that submarine because there was a lot of high-ranking individuals on that submarine. Maybe they were told you're going in this submarine. It's leaky. It's like the old mafia and the concrete boots thing. But I don't
Well,
know.
here,
That's out of pocket. That's just going off topic.
no, but you know what? You got a point there, even though this sounds like we're going in conspiracy though. But here's the thing: why would you're a billionaire? Why would you get on something that has never been tested before? That right there does not make sense to me. You're a billionaire and you got all kind of risks. Why would you want to get in?
Hmm.
Why would you get in there? And it has never been tested.
Yes, I see Zara. Yeah, we got the same idea. She said she wanted to say that too.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think they probably on an island somewhere, hiding out.
Mm.
No, they're probably not on the island. Probably have a new face by now.
Well, I bet they do.
Yeah,
A good
Yeah.
nose job, a chin shaved down, a forehead restructuring. You can look
yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, they convinced us Michael Jackson was white, so I mean, why not?
Hey, you know what? At this time of days, you just never know. You just never know what a person gonna do and what people think. And rich people are weird anyway. They always do weird stuff
Oh
that
yeah, have
us
you seen the
normal
rich people
people wouldn't
parties?
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we outlive them.
Well, in this
All
case,
right, y'all. Let's go move on to this next subject. I don't know if y'all been hearing about Kimora Lee Simmons. I don't even know why she even still have the last name of Simmons because she's been what divorced twice, married, and got a baby daddies. You know, she got all kind of issues. But her daughter Okio Aniko had wished her happy Father's Day, and Russell Simmons went off.
Wow.
He went to the left, to the right, and around. He went off. You know, he said that her mom stole money from him and I'm not paying for you and all this stuff. And she stole money from me and you need to find out about your mom. He was just going off and it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So the daughter gets on Instagram live and she was just in tears. She's like basically claiming that her dad got some type of mental illness. So I don't know about that, but both of them got online on Instagram live over the weekend and basically was airing out all their dirty laundry. And I'm like this. Some stuff you need to keep private, and I really believe whatever issues that you guys have, that should not have hit the media at all.
Yeah. Then they learn from Will Smith. You don't want to air out your personal business like that. Yeah, everyone's gonna turn you into memes.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna turn into a meme because the daughter was laying in the bed crying and talking about her dad and stuff, you know, and she was like, every time I talk to you, I got to take an antidepressant, you know,
Oh
so
man.
she got some serious issues with her father and she don't want to be in between her mother and her dad having whatever dispute that they have, you know. And Kimora was like, hey, I've helped you through all this stuff, gave you money, yada yada yada, I done did all this for you, and you gonna come up here and do that and mistreat my kids and my mom, you threatening my mom, just leave us alone. She's like, just leave me alone. And he won't.
yeah,
While he's
yeah.
over there in Bali. He's over in Bali somewhere hiding out because he can't come to the state.
Oh, I just think
Yeah,
something needs to stay within your family. I'm not quite sure why they chose to bring that to the public. It's not going to change anything. It's really not going to change anybody's support of him. I don't know if that's what they were looking for, but yeah, you should keep some things private. A lot of things private.
I
definitely.
think it might have been more of the if I make it public, it's more of a peer pressure act that you're gonna do what I want because everybody knows type thing. It could be along the lines of that.
Do you
Yeah.
think it's a money grab
On whose part?
on the daughter's part? But she's basically saying that she wants her dad to just leave her alone. She loves him and she doesn't want to block him, but he's going around allegedly harassing all her friends, her grandmother, her mom, and everybody that's in contact with her. And she's just tired of it. She's like, I need to take care of myself, my mental health. So he's he's really
Well,
acting up.
I think she did it out of pure emotions, but then at the same time, you're saying you're trying to protect your mental health. Going to the public about something like that is not you protecting your mental health, whether you're right or wrong. People are very brutal.
It's
Yeah.
like crying with a microphone.
Yes.
Hmm. Well, you know what? Basically, that's what she was doing. She was doing a lot of crying, and her mama was crying too. You know, I'm like, I like Russell Williams, his music, and I think he, man, he has some good dressing. he had a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of good dresses and jackets and stuff like that. I think he was the owner of Fubu. So it's just sad. Some things just keep it amongst family. Don't air it out.
Mm.
Yeah. So good luck to that, the Simmons. Good luck with that. Whew. So the next topic, y'all. I know this might be a long one, but I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on out there. But over in Cleveland, there has been 30 ethnic children that have came up missing since May. And the sheriff has been talking about it. And one of the news anchors, she asked the question, is it certain areas? He didn't want to say yes, but basically it's in certain areas. And you, of course, we all know what area that is. It was a lot of chocolate people out there that's missing. And I want to know, just like everybody else, what the heck is going on in Cleveland? Why are these kids coming up missing? Are they trafficking them? Are they stealing their organs? What's going on?
Well, I mean, it
And
might
why
not be
have
that
the
extreme. It could just be,
news not
parents
said
taking their
anything
kids
about
during the summer. I was gonna say because like a lot of Amber Alerts that we get over here, it usually comes from like like I guess dads or moms. They don't want to share custody too much, or they take their child out for maybe an extra 2 days, and the other parent freaks out because they want the child back and they don't know what why they're not back. I'm not saying that kids aren't being kidnapped. I'm just saying that there's a lot of variables. We can't say that all 20 were just kidnapped, but I do believe that there's a high amount of children that go missing in the U.S. that aren't really found. You see their wanted posters or their missing posters on Walmart or on online sometimes. So I mean, who's to say what happened to these children?
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, you just really don't know. It could be so many different things. I know, I forget what city that was in, where it was a lot of women that were coming up missing, kind of like in the same 3 to 4 mile radius, and it was basically a serial killer. But not until one of the girls escaped from whatever he was holding them at did they put
Oh
two and
yeah, I heard
two
about that.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? What was it? The black girl escaped and all that, and that's when they found
Mhm.
everyone.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. But the some public people, prominent people in the community had been saying like, we think we have a serial killer, and they, no, 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 we don't. But crazy
You
stuff.
know,
So, yeah, you never know. Could be a combination of all three things.
actually, me and Steph, we just watched the Dahmer series on Netflix, right? Entertaining, to say the least. But it really did show you the side of how America treats black people in their country. Is we're treated like second class citizens most of the time. You could have a killer loose in your neighborhood, and they won't check it out until someone takes to the news. Someone of a different ethnicity comes forward. It's a whole deal. It's because due to the race, we're not taken as seriously. We're not taken as important as the rest. I don't know if I'm talking out of pocket here, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
No, you're good. That's why it's called Let's Talk About It. So we're gonna talk about that. You know,
Right.
I I'm with you on that. I feel like we as black people, when we come in, because there's more than just those 30 kids that came up missing nationwide. We have thousands of children that's coming up missing. And if they're not, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth, if you're not blonde and blue eyes, they're not going to put you out there. They're not.
Mm.
They're just
Yeah.
not. You're not that important. But let one of those out there, then it's a whole nother thing. They're gonna make sure that they put the news out there, ammo alerts and stuff, but I know how out here in Texas, it's you just never know what you're gonna get. But we have been having a lot of amber alerts on from San Antonio, so I think people are just losing their mind.
I feel like I
Yeah.
get 2 Amber Alerts per day. It almost desensitizes you to it.
Yeah. You know what? And the craziest thing is that when I see an Amber Alert goes up, I kind of glance at it. But when you see that there's a chocolate person on there, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Who kidnapping the kids? And especially down there in San Antonio, so you're gonna really kind of like looking like what's going on,
Yeah, they say there's a
But
lot of human trafficking going on down south in Texas.
I
You know,
believe it.
Absolutely. It's right there by the border.
right by the border. Yeah, exactly. And once they hit the Mexican country, they're basically gone at that point because the U.S. stops looking for people outside of their country.
Yeah, I think they said it's like basically you have 48 hours from the time that a person goes missing before you can just presume that they're pretty much dead or something because 48 hours is a very long time to go missing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it's like
isn't it like a rule you have to wait 24 hours before you can report the missing?
I think you have
for
to be an
grown up.
adult. Yeah,
Okay, for adults. Okay.
yeah. So,
So Calvin, if you come up missing, I have to wait 24 hours, but I'm not gonna wait 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah, but it's all good. I'm hard to kidnap anyways.
well, I
They're
carry.
gonna have to bring a dolly for me.
I carry, and I'm very aware of my surroundings. My head is always on a swivel.
Right, right. It's a different world than what the older generation was used to. Back then, an adult could give a child like a piece of candy, and everyone would be like, "Oh, that's a sweet act of kindness right there." But now it's like, "Oh, you're trying to steal my child and do something weird." So it's we're definitely living in a generation of paranoia.
Oh,
I would say, but
absolutely.
it's reasonable. It's reasonable because a lot of people go missing.
I've had a scare. I've had a scare at CVS when I lived in Dallas. I was I'm pretty sure y'all know this story. I know Zara knows this story. I was it was on a Sunday. It was around 7:30 p.m. I only know this because I went to go get a ginger ale before The Walking Dead. And so I went to the CVS and there was a couple that was walking in front of me. They went to their car. And when I first went into the store, there was nobody parked next to me. But when I was coming out, there was this white van that was parked next to me on the left side, on my driver's side, of course. And there was this older white man. Now, mind you, it was spring, summertime. So he really stood out to me. But he was a older white man. He had on a trench coat or whatnot, and he was standing in front of my car. Like I said, the van was on the left side of the car, and by my driver's side. And as I was approaching my car, he tried to distract me. He said, "Oh, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Can I tell you something?" And I said no as I continued to walk. And I see, the thing is with these newer cars, if you my doorknob, I don't have to look for my keys. So they were probably betting on me to look for my keys, thinking that I was going to be in front of my car looking for my keys or on the side of it. I said no, and I rushed and I touched my door and I just hopped in. And as I hopped in and started my car up or whatnot, he literally stumped his feet. He said, "Damn, I almost got her." And I took off. I took off so fast, faster than I have ever driven in my life or whatever, back to my home or whatnot. I reported it, of course. Police didn't, do anything about it. Didn't go back and look at, run the tapes from CBS or anything. But I don't know if you remember that, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, a lot of women were getting kidnapped at CVS and Walgreens.
Yeah. I know over at the one of the Walmart stores, somebody almost got kidnapped there. So you have to just be looking everywhere you go, make sure that you know your surroundings, and be careful walking up to vans, those white vans. And it probably don't even have to be a white van now since they all been exposed. You just have to be careful, period.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen some people. They have these trucks, right? These big old trucks and all that, but they got the back seat kind of blocked off, so like how police cars have those barriers. Yeah,
yeah.
apparently you can buy your own barrier and install it in your car if you want. Like how people had the Uber and all that. So basically now it's not even that. It's basically any car that can basically fit someone in with that in, like, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds, by pushing someone in, close the door. They got the child lock so you can't open it. So I wouldn't say it's just white vans anymore.
Oh no, it could be any of them.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah. So
white
be
there was
aware of your surroundings.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
to.
you basically have to have a buddy system going out.
Yeah.
Come out strapped and all that, ready to go.
Oh, stay strapped. I
Yeah.
don't even go to my mailbox without being strapped. At this point, you just never know. I mean, you have.
Almost shot my new mailman.
Hey, he could be a fake mailman. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know you.
Who was
Hey,
you? Address yourself, fool.
One time
you know,
I
hey,
busted a
you
raid.
just gotta be careful.
One time I
Yeah.
busted a raid. This is also in Dallas, but at a different apartment that I lived at. There was this white van that I knew none of my neighbors drove, right? And the windows on it was mirrored tint, right? That's illegal. And so remember at that time I had a dog or whatnot. So, I always walk my dog and I'm always on the phone whenever I walk my dog. So I probably was on the phone with Sarah. And I was like, this white van is just out here, it's out here or whatever. And I remember I walked close to it and I was looking at it. Probably 30 minutes later, that van was gone. It never appeared again. But then my neighbors downstairs got busted in a raid probably like a day after that. I was like, oh, that was a surveillance van. Yeah, I was nosy. They was probably like, we gotta go now. We've been spotted.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? It's good to always make sure you check your surroundings and stuff. I know at work a lot of times I have to go out at 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning and go to the station and stuff and go check it. And I always would go tell somebody, hey, I'm going to the fuel station. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, y'all need to be hey, what's going on? And it was so funny. It's not funny, but it was funny. One day I went out there and I told one of the people that, hey, I'm going out there. Um, I guess I was gone too long. I think it was about 45 minutes, and he started getting worried. And they were calling, the store manager was like calling me, hey, Stephen, where you at? And I'm like, I'm in the fuel station. Next thing I know, I see one of the kids knocking on the door, like, Miss Stephanie, Miss Stephanie, Miss Stephanie, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. You didn't answer. Nobody knew that you were still out there. I'm like, oh. So I
Yeah,
always try to make sure I tell somebody.
yeah, it happens most unexpected, you know.
it, it it does.
We
And of
mind your
course,
business. Yeah.
yeah, and I love going out on those little adventures and stuff like that. I don't cut that out. So I don't go too far out unless I tell somebody, hey, I'm going to the casino, or hey, I'm finna take me a little road trip. Where you going? I have no idea, but I got my locator on just in
Yeah.
case.
I mean, anything can happen anywhere. There was this young lady, maybe about a month or so ago. She was just hiking, something that she always did, right? And this guy just stabbed her and killed her. That was it. He didn't sexually assault her or anything like that. He just stabbed and killed her, left her to die. That was it. She didn't know him, you know. So sometimes people just have a thirst for blood.
Mm.
They really do. Like Calvin was saying that we watched that Jeffrey Dahmer. I watched it again. This time I didn't fall asleep on it, but I was like, when you watch something for the second time, you really see a lot of things that you missed. And I'm like, the neighbor told the police that, hey, look at this kid. This kid, that's a kid. He's not 19. He's a kid. It was just so many different red flags that was going out there, and they still missed it. And I'm like, that place had to have stank really bad. How do y'all not know? Why was people not complaining about the smell?
I didn't watch it, but yeah, it had to smell. And think, just excuse me, just from what I know, the neighbor was hearing all types of ruckus over there. I didn't watch it, but I do remember that from reading on it some time ago. And one of his victims was in the car, he or something like that. He escaped and he called a police officer. And I think that's probably what you're talking about, like the kid or something like that. But anyways, he said that he was his boyfriend or something, and the police officer just pretty much gave him back to him.
He did. He says, oh, he's just drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Z said that the neighbors did complain about the smell, but the police failed to do their job. Very interesting.
Yeah. Very. Well, you know what area it was at, so police are very reluctant about coming out into certain areas, so that's probably the reason why. It's sad that, the color of your skin or the neighborhood that you're in, that you won't get the help. If you ask for help, you won't get it. You get it slow, so that's sad. But definitely, we gotta definitely make sure that we stay on top of our surroundings, know your neighbors. If somebody ain't, you're not used to that person being around, be kind of like looking at, I'm being that old lady looking out the window, trying like, who is that? So I'm always gonna check and be careful going out to these malls and stuff because people, they don't use men, they use women to come and traffic you too.
Oh, I don't trust anybody. It could be a little kid. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you can't
You
even trust
2
anybody.
years old at this point. I don't trust you.
It could be somebody looking like your grandma and be sitting up there saying, "Hey, little girl, come on over here. Let me
Mm-mm.
show you something. Can you help me find this?" And next thing you know, you got a black bag over your head. They done kidnapped you and threw you in a Toyota.
Oh, I'd be so pissed to be kidnapped in a Toyota.
Yeah, why Toyota, man?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Zara saying about the movie, it was just a little tidbit of it, and so the whole story is just horrible. From what I read and what I remember, it was he ate more than just the heart and the lungs and everything. He was sick, and he said he liked dark meat.
Oh, of course. No
Yeah,
one's
and then
no one's gonna look for poor black people.
Yeah,
exactly, which black gay men at that time, it was he was just horrible. He was just horrible, and in the movie he was like, I asked him to go ahead and kill me, give me the death penalty, and they didn't. And I'm sitting up here like, why didn't they just kill him?
Mm. Well, he ended up dying in prison anyways.
He sure did. Thanks whoever did that. I hope he didn't serve too many years on that.
Oh, he said it tasted good. Dark meat tasted good better than white meat. Shoot, I think dark meat chicken tastes better than white meat.
now don't encourage him, but he might be on to something. Hey, listen. All I'm saying is,
No,
white
I
people, they
take
used to
bad.
eat black people. They used to.
My
But think
skin
about that.
tough.
For him to say that, he just had to eat white people too, or whoever. So it's just that is disgusting.
It is.
Zara
Oh,
says she likes dark meat better too. It's juicier. It is. Adds more flavor to it.
I just now don't want chicken now.
Well, you might not want chicken anyways. They just approved something for man-made chicken to be available inside of grocery stores and restaurants. So
what's
I'm just
man-made chicken?
uh,
Is
something
it
that
is
they
it like that that Beyond Meat? Is that
know
what
it's
it
like
is?
clone meat or something like that. I don't know. I'm
Oh
trying to
yeah,
figure out a way to live without eating food altogether.
yeah. It seems like everything's bad. Yeah.
I'm going to start getting my food source from the
Yeah.
sun.
I mean, because you can't really trust it. And that's something that we're going to talk about on the next episode is about this food. Because it's like they're cloning food, they're making lettuce, and they cloning lettuce. And I'm like, how in the world are you cloning lettuce? Well, they showed it. And I'm sitting up there, they're making chemicals turn into lettuce.
Ugh. Yeah, they got
What
a
you gonna
lot
eat?
Mm.
And
going.
then the fish are dying. They don't have oxygen in the water. So what are they putting in the water to have all this fish coming up there that's dying? It's like, I don't know. I said I was gonna be a vegan or something, but they messing with that food too. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat.
I'm
CJ,
just
you
going to
looking
stare.
good.
I just told you the answer. I'm just going to stare at the sun. You can get your food source from the sun. And grow your own vegetables if you can.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
nice
we're gonna
little
have to definitely.
I have a nice little garden if I can keep the caterpillars away.
Yeah, And then what's that millionaire guy? He was sitting up there trying to buy up all the farmland. So
Bill
now they want to
Gates.
say, yeah, if you have a farmland, he's trying to buy all everything, have control of everything. And I think that's just too much.
You know what they say? If you
Herpes
control
and
the food, you control the
strawberries.
water, you control the population.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They found herpes in strawberries.
What? Man,
Can't
You know
blame.
how much strawberries I eat. There goes your
told you that.
strawberry cakes there. We're gonna have to come up with something else. That is gross.
It's absolutely gross.
Yeah.
Now, how do we go from talking about Jeffrey Dahmer to eating food?
I think we're
It's
all
all the
hungry.
same.
I think we're all hungry though. But we're gonna get ready to wrap this show. Do anybody have anything to say? Well, Lynn, what you got to say about the topics we had tonight?
I think I've said all that I can say. Ocean Gate, don't have too much on the Simmons. Just keep your business to yourself. And the missing kids in Cleveland, I hope that they are found, returned, and even if they are deceased, I hope that their bodies are returned to their families so that they can put them into proper rest.
Yeah, it's sad. Calvin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Oh wow. Well, I Ocean Gate, I think you need to be penalized. I hope that you don't ever do business again and go up on another name. I hope they regulate a lot of these ventures and
Oh,
stuff because
I do have one thing to say about Ocean Gate that we did not say. The CEO, his wife was the great great granddaughter of one of the people that died in the Titanic. I think this man had an obsession.
I see what I told my dad was maybe they're trying to find that jewel that Elizabeth threw in the water.
Maybe
well,
so.
you never
Yeah.
know.
Oof,
You
yeah,
never know.
that is. I thought that was very strange. That was the only other thing that I had to say.
Well, you know what? I enjoyed the topics tonight and thank y'all for coming on. But definitely what I have to say with Ocean Gate, I hope you guys don't never do business again because you bootlegging and you give bootleggers a bad name. And prayers go out to the family. I hope y'all find peace. As far as the Simmons, keep it off the internet. Nobody needs to know what your family is going through, because you're not we can't do anything about it. So keep it off the media. And for Cleveland, y'all better be calling Texas Rangers to find out what's going on, help y'all find these kids, because y'all seem to not be able to do it or y'all don't care. But hope the kids come up. School be starting up in a few, so I hope you guys find those kids soon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's all I have to say. Zara, you got anything to say?
You mean yeah? Anything you got to type?
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming on to Let's Talk About It Stuff. We'll be back on air next Thursday at 6:30. And we got lots of juicy stuff that's going on, and we'll keep you updated with all the juicy gossip and whatever's trending in the news. So y'all have a wonderful night and see you next Thursday.
All right. See you next Thursday.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.